Alright guys, so here's my Sumo Crawler. Just flexing. So you can see, still getting those 90 degrees of flexion there, of articulation. Now what I did was, I went ahead and put the front and the rear shocks, the shocks eliminators, I guess. I put them in the front and I put them in the back. I went ahead and put a shorter rod in there to limit it a little bit, because I tried it with the 4 and the articulation goes way past 90 degrees, and quite honestly it was just a mess trying to ride it. It just doesn't work. I mean, more than 90 degrees, it makes no sense. I mean, the whole thing was just getting caught everywhere. It just made no sense. So what I did was, like I said, I put shorter rods in there, and I went ahead and moved them inboard, because with them sticking out on the outside like I had them before, to test them out, did not go too well, because of the extra articulation and the size of these micros. When I would go and try to steer all the way, the actual tire would rub against the rods when they were outside. That's something that will happen with the other shocks that I had, even without reaching the 90 degrees of articulation. But it wasn't such a big deal, because it wasn't that much. But now with this much articulation, they really were rubbing a lot. Now, even having this body as narrow as it is, they can still touch, but they don't actually get caught up on it. They were getting actually caught up on the rods themselves when I had them outside. So now I just put them inside, and as you can see, when you go ahead and flex it, one of the rods will come in, and then the opposing one in the back will do the same, and the outward rod will go out until the stop. So that'll give you a whole 90 degrees on that term. Now if you were to bring it down, straighten everything out, they would even out. Now I went ahead and moved it to the closest hole to the center of the chassis, because that keeps the rods nice and low, so that I can still fit my ESC up on top. I'm going to go ahead and do that. As you can see there, they're barely over that little metal bar right there. So what I'm thinking about doing is just moving that plate a little bit higher to where it clears the rods when they're moving around, and that way there's not going to be any contact with the rods and the ESC up on top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just kind of want to show you here the in and out. Well, if it wasn't so flexible, see how the rods go in and out? That's what you're going to be working with right there. See, because these rods are so skinny, they don't really rub against anything else. They still clear the servos. I didn't have the servos here right now because I wanted you guys to see how all these links and rods work now. But I'll go ahead and mount the ESC right now and have it running for you guys, hopefully, and see how it goes. Alright, I kind of like that. It's cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.